Well, hey guys, my name is Mutabazi and I'm a single foster dad, an adoptive dad of 6 right now. And I'd like to share with you really what I get to do with my kids. And I cannot wait for you to really know how each of my children really do well. So you may ask, yes, I've got a daughter who's Isabella. She loves to help me in the kitchen. Well, I got a little brother who likes to always want to compete and make sure that, well, he's involved as well. And then I got Jacob. Jacob is our newest and he's a wonderful kid and he loves to help at all times. And of course I've got Anthony. You know, he's a teenager, he has no time to cook, but he likes when the food is ready. Well, and then I got my little one, Bella. You know, she likes to be in everything. And we do everything we can to protect her, but also that we can provide for her. So if you want to learn more, please always come and you get to know about my family as I get to know you. So you can subscribe or leave a comment for what you want to see me cook next time. So now it's dinner time. Let me tell you and show you how I get to do dinner with you. So as a single dad, there's a strategy that I have that I made sure that my environment allows me to be a single dad. Remember, you have so many kids that are running around, but also you have to prepare a meal for them. Let's say an open kitchen is really important for me, that I'm able to cook, but also I'm able to see them. Also, I created, I can show you, come and show you what our dining was. We made it something really unique. So my kids can do homework, can play, and can have everything as a single parent so that I know where they are, and from a few distance, I can truly be there. So you see, you know, all these, we get to have all these. This is supposed to be a dining table, you know, or a dining place. But for me, I made it into kids' play. While I'm cooking over there, they can play and can do whatever they want to do, and we're in the same place and I can watch them. If one screams, I know what happened, but also gives me an opportunity to make a meal for them. So that is why I chose a home like this to be able to watch my kids, but also make a meal. Remember, when you have 5 kids who are super active, yes, they want to play. Yes, they want to run around. But to make sure that I can see where they are and what they're doing, this whole floor plan, it really works for me. So that's what I love, really preparing my kids, but also giving them an opportunity to play and be, but also give me an opportunity to make a meal for them while they are playing. So what are meals for us? I'll tell you. So remember, I have kids who are picky. They don't always eat the same food. So I make sure that what they ate today, if one kid didn't like the food, the next day, I make a different way. Or I find ways on why did they not like the food, so I can make changes the next day, you know. But also you have kids who are growing. You gotta feed them all the time. My kids eat like, what are those animals? Let's say the bunnies. You know, they're always chewing. That's what is my kids. They snack, they do all that. And they go to bed early. So for us to be able to have a meal and do homework and go to bed early, everything has to be done on time. So schedule is important and routine is important for my kids. Remember, I said some of my kids never had a meal or the meal was hardly there. So they worry when they don't know what we're eating. So I make sure that they know every day, here's what we're having dinner tonight. So they are aware that dinner is coming and it's not coming. So that is how I make dinner for my kids. And that's how we survive. It's fun. So in my home, we have an open pantry, meaning teenagers can come and eat food anytime they want. But also some kids where they were always looking pantry, or there was no food. For them being able to see the food, it really helps. Sometimes they'll come and see the food we bought and say, Dad, we want oatmeal. Well, I get to make oatmeal, you know, which is really fun. And I love that we have a big pantry and we can do and have anything that we want, which is really cool. Well, today we are making African stew. Well, as a single dad with that many children, you find a way on how to manage that chaos. Remember, each kid is different, but also each kid loves to do things in a different way. Some do their homework without any help. Others need help. But also too, as a single dad, I need to cook. So how do you do it when you have all these many kids doing something? Well, giving them independence and making sure that they do what they love really helps them to be focused on what I'm focusing on the food. Yes, I get to make a meal, but also the kids get to do whatever they want to do and enjoy each other and learn from each other and bond and play. And that is the best way to do it as a single parent. I cannot imagine you single moms there. and single dads too. It's hard when you're the one responsible for everything. Their homework, the food, it can be stressful. But for me, I found ways on giving them activities they can do so I can focus on what they need the most, After food is done, we can do whatever we want to do. Bed, homework, play, name it all, we can do it. But the meal is important, and that helps me also to keep them out of danger. Remember, there's fire here, and anything can go wrong. So the more they're active on the other end and playing, the better it's safe for me, but also the better for me to concentrate on the meal so it's ready. When I need help, I always ask for one at a time. Hey, come and help. And they always know. But that's how we keep safe, but also that's how we play. But also as a single parent, it's how I manage to make a meal without losing it. So guys, I got lots of kids, but also kids who come from different places. Some kids grew up eating box food. Some kids never had anything to eat. Some were lucky to have a meal. So when you have different kids from different places, sometimes it can be really tricky in finding ways on how to provide for them a meal. And here's what I found that is easiest way. One is to every meal has at least something someone likes. So for example, today we are having rice. So because we're having rice, I'm gonna put African chicken, but also I'm gonna put chapati. So there's something that someone likes and someone doesn't like, but at the same time that they're all having something. And for me as a dad, a single dad, I don't have to make meals for everyone every time. So that is how we try to truly make sure that every child, make sure they are seen, heard, and known, but provided for as well. So easy. To all moms and all dads, especially Americans, remember, I'm African, so most foods I've come to learn along the way. Yes, YouTube has been wonderful, but here's what you can do for me. Remember, it takes a village. I need to learn from you. Leave your recipe so I can learn, or leave a comment or how you make your dinner, especially those simple dinners that I would like to learn from you. So remember, leave a comment. Let me know how it feels. And also you can be a member so you can help us help more kids. So back to the meal. Let's get back to it and see what we can make tonight. Well, with that many kids, you have to plan. So here's how I do. Of course, Costco is my best friend, and that's why we like to go buy food. But every time I go to Costco, I have to plan what I'm gonna cook or what I will be feeding my kids for the next 10 days. So it helps me budget, but also to know what my kids like. Also, I have teenagers who sometimes like to cook. So that really helps as well. When you go with them, sometimes they say, I like to make that, and give them an opportunity to make a meal. So yes, it's a combination of planning, but also off the cuff. Remember, I got teenagers and I want them one day to live on their own and be independent. So going them to Costco, they watch me how I buy things and what kind of things I buy, and sometimes things they like. And when we come home, they also have an opportunity to make a meal for the entire family. It's a way of bonding, but also it's a way of really teaching them ways of, hey, tomorrow if you're no longer living with me, here's how you make chicken. Here's how you make whatever you like. And that is how I truly try to equip my kids to also learn how to one day be independent. But for the little ones too, they need to be and watch what we eat. I know how to cook a few things because I watch my mom do or people I visit, and I want my kids to do the same while they watch or while they participate and tell me what they like. That truly helps. So for us, planning takes at least 10 days, and that helps me how I go shopping to Costco, but also to know what my kids like so we can plan and make sure that we make those meals as we go. I know I have fellow Africans, South Americans, and all people from all over the world. Sometimes you say, how do you bridge your tradition culture to the American? Like, how do you keep your tradition away from your kids and only take in the American kids? Culture? No, I try to combine, especially a night like this where I get to make an African stew that my kids get to learn about Africa, also how food tastes. In that way, I'm infusing my culture and their culture, and my kids always love anything I say it's African, they're like, Dad will try it. And that's how a cross-culture, a multi-culture, name it, family lives by. So for us, food is a cuisine that truly helps my kids learn about my culture, but also I get to learn about them. So it's a unique way of getting to know each other by meals. So remember I told you sometimes we make enough food? Well, there wasn't enough. I had to take extra for myself, because as a dad, when your kids are full, everyone is full. So I'm really glad that I get to eat leftovers, and my kids ate everything, which is really cool. So I know many of you have asked, Peter, how do you do it? Well, you watch. That's how we do it. I call it organized chaos. Yes, it looks chaos, but it's all organized and it's all planned. So if you'd like to learn more, leave a comment. But also, if there's a meal you want us to prepare, leave a comment as well. But also, don't forget to subscribe so you never have to miss any of our chaos in the future. It's been wonderful. Now I gotta do homework with my kids and then I put them to bed. So finally I can have a little time for myself. But usually for me, the meal is the most important thing that stresses me out. Once that is taken care of, Peter is ready to go. So thank you for eating dinner with us, but maybe next time we'll come to your home. Will you feed us? I hope you don't have as much chaos as I have. But as a single dad, I figured out how to care for my kids. At the same time, let them play. At the same time, keep the house not burning on fire, or not on fire. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Please leave a comment and we can't wait to chat with you again.